Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Wetheppls here, and welcome to another episode of the Mystic Shot Podcast. So, in this episode, me and DoughyNut are talking about, first of all, our take on Worlds, just in general, what was going on. I mean, at the certain point, well, at the day that we recorded this, obviously, I mean, at this point, you guys know Allen won the tourney. So, spoiler alerts if anybody doesn't know. But we didn't know that yet, obviously. So in the episode, we pretty much were hyping up NA. We're like, alright, what am I won? But he got fourth place, which is still really good. Let's be honest here. And nobody could take that away from one of mine. But long story short, we didn't know about how he wasn't gonna win. But we also give our thoughts about just everything leading up to the tournament and stuff like that, and in general how audience felt looking in on what was going on with Riot and the overall feelings on some of the tournament stuff. But other than that, it's a pretty good episode. You guys should enjoy it, and I'm not gonna hold you guys back from it any longer. So guys, enjoy the episode. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mystic Shot Podcast, episode 50. Yes, 50. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been here with the Legends of Runeterra content for it hasn't been 2 years yet. But it's definitely been it's September? So it's been a year and a month, basically. We've been at this. And of course, by my side, we got my boy Doughy. Of course.
Hey, might be episode 50 of the Mystic Shot Podcast. This is episode 3 for me. So I got in about 10 more years of you doing this at the current rate, I will. I don't want to be 30. I'm not even close. 20 more years, I can hit 50 episodes.
Well, welcome, bro. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Anytime I get to talk about Runeterra, I'm having a good time. So
I felt that, honestly. So for anybody that doesn't know, I took a little hiatus. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I took a little hiatus, but I'm back. I had to give the game a little bit of break. Sometimes you just gotta give the game when you start thinking these thoughts of just like, bro, why are all these cards so busted? I'm just tired of this shit. Like when you start thinking those thoughts, sometimes you just gotta take a little breather. You just gotta take a break and just put the game down a little bit. Maybe play some other game that you kind of have been wanting to play for a long time, and then come back to the game that you know and love. Because I love card games. I love card games. I love Legends of Runeterra. It's an amazing game, honestly. And anybody that asks me, this is one of the best online card games that I've ever played. So
yeah, it's why we play it all the time.
This is one of the best online games that I personally have ever played, and I wouldn't exchange it for any game that's out right now. Honestly, I wouldn't. So, and I love card games, so I'm gonna keep playing. Just because I take a break doesn't mean I'm out, bro.
Yeah, I totally get that, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized until I tried streaming all the time and playing all the time how tiring it gets, especially if we're doing this in addition to having a job.
Yeah.
Because at least for me, when I was streaming, this is paying my bills, right? It's just something I did for fun. So doing it all the time and committing to trying to be good at the game and streaming and working, it's just it gets exhausting. Which I didn't realize until it was something I started to do. So good for you taking a break. I'm kind of meandering my way through this season. I'm looking to really hit the ladder hard though soon. So.
Yeah, nah, same. I think I'm about to start. I feel like there's a checklist for me personally of things that I need to find before I'm saying, all right, is this the season for me? Is this the season that I'm gonna go hard? First thing is I gotta start analyzing the meta, right? I gotta start figuring out okay, what are the meta decks? And then second, I gotta find a deck that's personalized for me, because if there's any, like, all these decks out here that like people are playing to rank up and to ladder up and stuff like that, and I personally don't like playing them, I'm gonna play terribly. I'm gonna play like trash. So I can play those decks, but I'm not gonna play them at their full capacity. I'm not gonna play, like, over the years, I feel like a deck that I've personally really loved is Ezreal Draven, but I feel like I can never play that deck at its full capacity. Like, never. I really like the deck.
Go get coaching from Icado. He's the Ezreal Draven god.
Yo.
Over here.
Wait, I thought it was Blue God. I thought it was Blue God.
I mean,
Icado.
he's probably really good at Ezreal Draven too. But like Icado, just straight up took it to Worlds. He won, or came in second in seasonals with it.
Yeah.
Took it to Worlds. He did well today.
Nah, we're gonna get into Worlds, bro. Yo, we couldn't have the episode.
Things I want to talk about.
Yo, we couldn't have the episode without talking about Worlds, man. We couldn't.
Oh no.
Couldn't. But of course, before we get into that, before we get into all of these amazing subjects, of course I have to hit you guys with the YouTube stuff. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I know I should have said that in the beginning. I apologize, guys. But we're here now, and I have to say it, because if I don't, you guys are gonna do it. And of course, for the SoundCloud people, I know every episode, it's like, sometimes I thank you guys, sometimes I don't. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I try my best. I try my best to remember, because we actually have a few people that listen to us on SoundCloud as well. So I appreciate everybody that checks us out on SoundCloud, on Spotify, and looks at all of our content and stuff like that. But enough of that. That's all the ads for this podcast. I'm just happy, like I said, that I'm back from my hiatus, and I'm ready to talk about some Runeterra. So today, yo, Worlds. Yo, Doughy. I know he was watching that Worlds.
Yeah. So I got super lucky that I didn't have to work today. It's like a random day that I didn't have to go to work, which is rare for my profession. But anyway.
Lucky you, bro. I had to work.
Yeah. So I, went into Discord with one of my friends. Was like, hey, you want to watch it together? And we just sat there and watched the Worlds for like 6.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I kind of stopped towards the end when it seemed like we knew who was getting out of which group, or at least who was going to be one seed in both groups. So then I just kind of left and had night to myself. But yeah, I watched like all of it.
Nah, I think honestly, and people are gonna, I feel like everybody had their own kind of like spot that maybe they liked, or they were like, oh, this is the hypest part of the day, right? But I feel like personally, yo, What Am I set the tone, fam. Like, he set the tone. He was just like, yo, I'm NA and I'm here to win.
Yeah. So, What Do I started off the World Tournament? It was him against, I think, Artify. And he was in like a really rough spot in that set.
Yes.
But he was able to pull it out. And as spoiler alert, if you have not watched the Worlds, we're gonna spoil it. So
of course, yo,
don't listen.
Oh yeah, my bad. I didn't even say that. Yo, spoiler alert for sure.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna talk about all the wins, all the. I didn't even think about that, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Kind of a professional. 3 episodes in. Anyway, he just goes, he 3-0s, right? Takes it home for Americas there. Yeah. If I had to pick one player that I think is like very likely to do well, just in general in tournaments, it's probably What Am I. Very few players have played in as many tournaments and has had as many top cuts as.
Honestly, yep. I agree with everything you said, and I feel like the card, if there was, okay, let me ask you this question, Doughy. If there was one card that before watching Worlds that you could have thought about and you were like, this card's alright, but after watching Worlds, Is there a card in your mind that you're thinking like, dang, this card is really good. I might try it in a few decks.
I know what your answer is. I was watching your stream. I know what your answer is. Is there a card that You know what? I'm gonna let you take this one. What card, Mr. We the Peoples, are you thinking of?
Yo. Oh my. Yo, Jordan blew my mind, fam. Yo, what am I blew my mind with that card, fam. I feel like every time he drew it, he won.
Yordles in Arms, right?
Yes, Yordles in Arms.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like not enough Bandle City decks are playing that card, honestly.
Yeah, that's something that I know. So I consume way too much Legends of Runeterra content. I know that apparently he was really like pushing his testing team. So it's like him, Majin Bay, Henneke, Kever, Jason Florent, Jason Sensational. I'm probably missing one or two of them. Z Turtles. Like all test together like really hard. Push P, I think. All test together really hard. And one of mine was like, yeah, Yordles in Arms. Apparently at first everyone's like, you know. But I think he like convinced pretty much all of them that Yordles in Arms is indeed like a really good card.
It is, honestly. I'm convinced, bro.
Yeah, so I have a long commute, so I just listen to Runeterra podcasts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard coming out from them. So I was kind of like expecting Yordles in Arms to look good. I haven't played with it or like seen it really too much in action until today, and it was quite good for what am I today.
100%. I feel like I said, every time he played it, he pretty much it put him in such a position that either he won that turn or he won the sequential turns after that, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah, so
that's a crazy card.
This thought just popped in my head, and maybe it's kind of weird to say, but I get like in a Bandle mirror, right? So both decks trying to go wide, essentially. It essentially acts like a one-sided ruination, because they have to block your board, and they're not going to kill anything that you play.
Mm-hmm.
And you just like wipe their board, and it's up to them to see if they can refill it. At one point today, that's pretty much what happened. I forget exactly what the matchup was, but he played Yordles in Arms. The opponent had to trade down his board. Unfortunately for what am I, like on his next attack token turn, he drew another Yordles in Arms. It was just too much.
Yep. I think that was the last game. He top decked Yordles in Arms again, and I was just like, yo, that's crazy. But yo, I'm convinced. Honestly, he didn't have to talk to me. He just played the card and boom. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to put that in every Bandle City deck, bro. But other than that, also Aikado's games as well were also like we were talking about earlier. Aikado's games were definitely really, really nail biting, honestly. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like, somebody just rated me on the podcast. Yeah, I appreciate that, Bree. That's my sister. Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, Aikado. Also, yo, afterwards, and I was telling you this off stream. We were in Fake's Discord. Damn, off the top of my head, I literally just forgot his full freaking name. But we were in his Discord. And then afterwards, Aikado literally came through and he was telling us about his thought process, and that was just cool to hear, honestly. It was just cool to hear about how
full
he
disclosure,
thought about things.
Aikado is like my boy. I think Aikado is like a really nice guy. So I met Aikado from streaming. He just popped into my chat one day, like maybe 4 months ago.
That's dope.
Maybe even longer at this point. And like back then, he was like new to the game. He was like in Diamond, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm in Diamond." And I was like, "Oh, cool." He's like, "If you're new to the game, like, let me know if you need help with anything." He's like, "Yeah, I'm just like playing spiders and like just winning every game." And I was like, "Nice." And so a few months ago, it was like me, Grandpa Roji, maybe next time, and Aikado, who were like, we should be practicing regularly, like together. Because I kind of want to actually mimic like the testing team of What Am I in Majin Bay. So like I asked those guys, and they're like, yeah, sure. And we did it for like, I don't know, a month, and then we just kind of stopped. So I got to know like them pretty well, and I kind of popped in Discord in between games and whatnot today.
That's dope.
Had a little chat with them. Yeah.
Yo, that's dope. Yo, honestly, I feel like when you see, it's like, I don't know if you ever talk to like an artist after listening to their music, but that's how it feels to me personally. It's like once you see Aikato perform, you see him get all those W's, and then you get to hear his thought process afterwards, bro. It's like, yo, that's like dope. That's dope to me, bro. That's like,
he's like really on another level. His progression over the last few months is like kind of insane. In terms of his just understanding the game, it's very nice to see. It's very fun to see, especially because like he's a really nice guy too. On top of that, yeah, it's just like can't say enough of like how happy I am for him.
Nah, honestly, I didn't even know that, yo. I appreciate you, you know, telling me about that, elaborating that on the podcast, bro. Cause I didn't even, for me, from my point of view, Aikato kind of came out of nowhere, and I was just like, yo, who is this guy? Like, I mean, like, I knew he was good. Obviously, he made it to Worlds. He's good. But I just didn't know of him. I didn't know where he came from. So it was good to hear some background from your point of view. Because everybody else in Worlds, like, obviously, Majin Bay, What Am I know these people. They're, you know, they're like the staples, bro. Like, they're the people you would think would be in Worlds, but
Aikato has had a super hot like month and a half, 2 months.
Wow.
He's won a fight night. He's made a few top cuts in OS. He came in second in the latest seasonal, and now he's top 8 gaming in the World Championship. He's running really hot right now. Yeah.
Yo. Well, he's dope. The spotlight is on him right now, fam, because he's still. So after they finish their round robin, right? Don't they still have to top? What is it? They have to face off. Excuse me. They have to face off with the 2 people that were the highest block for each one. So won't he be facing? Wait, it's not. I don't think it's decided yet, right?
It's not decided yet. We'll have to find out, I think, the results from tomorrow. But
okay.
It'll be like, What Am I, Cosimo, Real Key, and Aikato. And then the 4 who advance from tomorrow will be put into a top 8 bracket. And I believe that's single elim.
Yeah. You're right. Yep, it is single elim. I remember the little video they came out with afterward. They were saying that they were going to fight in the blocks. And then whoever advances from that, they go into single elims, which everybody was like, damn, after they go through all those rounds in round robin, they're gonna single elim everybody, like, damn. But bro, come on. How else are they gonna progress the tournament? Like,
right. Especially if they want to broadcast all the games.
Exactly.
Which they did today. Then they can't do double elim. It'll just take too long.
Yeah.
But
take way too long. It'll take way too long. So it makes sense that they're doing single elim. It does suck because especially the decks that people brung, like you could just die to not top decking the right thing. You don't draw Nami. You know? Yeah. You can just lose. But that's the risk you run when you play decks like that. So
yep.
I mean, all the players know. But honestly, everybody that made it to Worlds is a beast. I don't care. Like, if you made it to Worlds, you are the top. You're not even the top players. You're the top of the top because the qualifiers basically weeded everybody out of the top players that we have. And then Worlds is the top of that top. So like
they're incredible. Literally, to the players who played today and tomorrow are like the 16 best players in the world, right? At least, the top however many from each region. It's very fun to see. I'm very glad that we have a Worlds tournament. I think it could have been handled a whole lot better from Riot. But that might be like a discussion for another time. I think they kind of dropped the ball a few times, but
Yeah.
we're doing it. They're here. Let's go. Like, the games are fun to watch. So.
No. I mean, I personally have made a video about some of that because I feel like the qualifiers should have gotten covered a lot better. Because, like I said,
Or at all.
those were our top players. Like, everybody that played in that qualifier were our top players. So, like, that should have got covered. Because that's advertisement for Runeterra. Like, come on. But like you said, that, like, I agree. That's a discussion for another maybe another episode. But I was just happy, honestly, watching. I was just really happy that everything went smoothly today, and everything went well. I don't know, from a person from looking in, because I can never say that everything went smoothly because I'm not the person at the tournament and sorting through stuff and all that, because I'm sure things go wrong. But a person like watching and being able to look at all the games we presented, everything looked really smooth and everything looked really well. So I'm just happy that it went well. That's what I can say personally. How did you feel about the presentation?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty good. There's some really funny Twisted Fate bugs earlier on in the day. I don't know if you caught it.
Yeah.
Where he just would go invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, what's happening?
Yep.
But like, I don't think it ended up impacting from the player side. I think it's just like a spectator bug with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a
which
spectator
was fine. Yeah, I mean, the games were entertaining, right? I'm not sure if like people who aren't a diehard Legends of Runeterra fan tuned in, if they would have like known what was even happening. But as the kind of person who comes on to podcasts to speak, like, I thought it was a good time.
Nah, I think they did good. Okay, right now Riot is working with a whole bunch of stuff, and I feel like I can make videos about it because obviously I don't own a company, I don't have a card game, I don't have. These are things that I don't have. Like I haven't made a card game before. I don't know what it is to own a company. Like, I don't have all this, but I can say how it feels to play in a game where the top players that I know and love and want to watch, and I'm not able to watch them. Like, I can talk from that perspective.
Oh, yeah. I was very, very, very frustrated that the qualifier, if you want to even call it the qualifier, it was Worlds, as far as I'm concerned, last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, wasn't broadcast. I was, like, devastated. That's an overreaction, but that's how it felt. Like, it felt really bad.
Yeah.
That there wasn't a broadcast. It made it feel like that they didn't care, which feels really bad when, like, you get that feeling from the people who make a game that I've probably spent like, I don't know, over 1,000 hours either playing, making content, or watching content of Runeterra.
Yep.
And yeah, that's how I felt then. This weekend was a lot better though, and I hope future weekends are awesome as well.
Yep, I 100% agree with that. I'm happy we are on the same page. Yo, it's happy to hear, and I feel like, oh my god, there's so many things going through my head right now, but I'm trying to condense them into one thought. I'm happy that we're able to talk on a podcast like this and just talk about our thoughts and elaborate about more than just the card game. Because yes, Legends of Runeterra is a card game, but it is also the hours spent playing. It is also the hours spent learning different decks. It is also the hours watching different people play these decks. It's also like ranking up. It's so much more than just a card game. And for the company that you like I personally respect Riot because I see all the things that they do, and for them to have dropped the ball on it kind of, that's why I took my hiatus, because that hurt me.
It did hurt, and like, this is gonna sound like I'm the biggest whiner ever, but like, I think the reason why there's a giant copy pasta when Shurima came out, but the Shuriman deserts being vast, is because like they kind of showed that they're so out of touch with like the community in the game that it was like physically painful that TFS didn't catch a nerf that day. And because it was just like such a toxic play pattern. And I feel like this is happening kind of repeatedly, in which like there are times where the community like begs for something and then doesn't get it and is hurt, and then they say we'll do better next time, and then next time rolls around and
they drop the ball again.
They drop the ball again. And then they release this gigantic balance patch, and everyone's like, finally, all right, they actually fixed it. And then right before Worlds, we say, yep, we're not going to get a balance patch. The last one, we're going to have 4 months between balance patches, essentially, from the big one all the way to October 26th. And we're just like freaking out again. But like, this is the same problem we've had.
Yeah.
And then poor Worlds competitors, if I was there, I would have been very kind of upset by it.
No, yeah, same.
After they say there's not going to be a patch, they're a week later, they're like, all right, we'll hotfix it. We hear you. It's like, you had the opportunity to fix it and you didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. And that hurt again. So like, the gameplay is great. It's why I'm sticking around so much. I like the game. I like the league IP and whatnot. But
yeah, it's
knock
those,
on wood for the future.
It's those little things. I don't know. For me personally, it feels like little things, but they start like adding up, because then it's like it was like the TF Fizz thing. Actually, no. Me personally, it all started from Go Hard, right? It was Go Hard. Then it was TF Fizz. Actually, no. I'm getting ahead of myself. First it was Go Hard. Then it was Aphelios. Then it was TF Fizz. Then it was the vast Shuriman Desert. And it's like, bro, like, where are we going to go from here?
Yeah, like, I get, and I think the community gets, at least I hope, that there's always going to be, like, a best deck. Like, that's probably going to happen all the time.
Yeah.
It's just the duration of time that something's allowed to be the best deck needs to be looked at.
Facts.
Especially if the best deck feels uninteractive.
Yep.
Azir and TFIz, I think, are the biggest two examples. I think Aphelios was just like too good.
Yeah. Honestly, he was just too good.
Which is fine, but like Azir and TFIz were terrible to deal with. Zedley Sin, back in the day, I say that as if it was more than a year ago, like 8 months ago, that felt like super uninteractive and it felt terrible. So yeah, and it's just like a matter of like making sure that the best decks feel interactive. Like, I don't think people get like up in arms when they lose to I was gonna say Plunder, but people hate Nap. That is true. But like, compared to Azir, no one's complaining about Plunder. Compared to Azir, no one was complaining about Sivir Demacia, right? Other than the Gifts from Renekton meme. Right? But it was just like, yeah, it would be nice if it got hit, and it did eventually in the hotfix, but it wasn't near like the game-killing Plunder that I feel like Azir was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't close. But my whole thing with that, like, section, when we talk about the Sivir Demacia being so good, was that they should have thought about if they wanted to hit that deck from so long ago. Honestly, they shouldn't have waited.
Exactly.
That was my whole thing. They should have thought. They should have said, "We're gonna hit it, or we're not gonna hit it," and that's it.
Exactly.
Like, they should have just stayed with it. If they were gonna hit it, then hit it. But if not, then just leave it.
Yeah, it's like they're not identifying that there are problems where there are problems. Mm-hmm. And I do think Sivir Demacia did deserve the nerf it got. I totally agree that it did.
I agree.
However, they should have known before we had to yell at them right before Worlds. I don't know how they missed it. Like, and then to say, like, we're not gonna have a balance patch for another 2 months. After the last one was 2 months ago.
Yeah, It's a lot.
That was their plan. They sat down, they had a meeting, and they were like, "This is our plan. This is what we're gonna do moving forward. This is how we think we could best serve our game," and that is not okay. Anyway, this is old news. I don't know why I'm like.
I mean, because
today was a celebration. Worlds was good.
No. Worlds was good, but it's good to talk about from where we came from, right? It's good to talk about the history of the game because we have to acknowledge that yes, Worlds was cool and amazing today. It was a good stepping into the right direction, but we should also talk about their faults because a lot of people are scared to talk about Riot's faults. I've noticed that. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I personally have noticed that people are afraid to talk about Riot when they do things bad. A lot of people don't talk about it.
I'm hoping that's starting to change because I think a lot of people are starting to think and feel the same things that we've kind of expressed. I know Saucy, Mailman, and Blevins had Jason Florent on their podcast recently, and they were kind of pretty much sharing a lot of the same ideas that I just had about kind of the ball dropping going on surrounding the Worlds tournament and whatnot. So I don't know. I hope things are better in the future. Today was fun. I'm looking forward to next week, even though I don't think I'll be able to watch it next week or tomorrow. But I hope it goes well.
Yeah. Honestly, well.
Next week I meant Saturday.
I was like, wait, isn't it tomorrow?
Yeah. Tomorrow's the other group and Saturday's the top 8.
Saturday's the top 8. Yeah. But honestly, but like I said, I'm looking forward to everything that Worlds is gonna show us, and I'm ready to see who's gonna be our world champion. Honestly, I am, because there's a lot of crazy people, bro. Like I'm ready, yo. I don't know about you, but I just want to see what Allen is gonna bring to the Worlds. Man.
Oh yeah. I'm very interested to see how Allen does.
Me too.
I think I don't know all the EU or SCA players as well as I know the America's players, obviously. Other than like Allen, because he's such a huge streamer. It'll be fun to see how he performs.
Is he in the same bracket as Majin?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I can look it up real quick.
Okay. Because I was interested to know which bracket he's in, to know what players he's playing against. But I'm sure he'll make it out, and I'm sure he's gonna be in top 8. And I'm just, because everybody hypes him up so much, and I'm just like, bro, he better perform. But I mean, he's a good player though. I know that for sure, because I've seen him analyze people's like gameplays and stuff like that, and he'll be like, oh, I know he didn't see this line there, but there's this line that he could have used to win the game. And I was like, damn, I didn't even see that, bro. Like, so I know he's a good player. Because he sees lines that other people completely just miss. Like, I mean, like, people of top cut that we call in NA, they completely miss it. And he's able to see those lines. So, I know he's a good player. So, I know he's going to make it the top 8. But I just want to see if he's going to be the world champion. Because did you hear what Magua and Precious Panda said? They said that NA are good. We have good players, but EU is where the decks are like perfected. I'm like, bro, what you mean by that?
So it's obviously not entirely the case, but there's this kind of like meme of an idea going around that like America's does all the legwork for like figuring out what decks are good, and then EU just plays the America's decks in part because of like how our time zones are like going. But I don't know about that. I'm thinking 3 out of 3 America's players so far have top 8'd.
I think that says what it needs to say. That's just me. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
I think that says what it needs to say. I'm not knocking SCA, honestly, because I know they have really good players. They have really, really good players. Because I've heard a lot of good things about them. But NA though. Do I have to say anything else?
Yeah, like, I don't know. We have a whole bunch of crushers, and they're crushing, so.
That's it. But, Doughy, did you have anything else to add? I think I'm going to end it off here. I might do a closing.
I don't think so, other than to make sure you really just sub to this guy on YouTube and follow his Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/WeThePeople.
Yo, I appreciate that. I'm gonna leave Doughy's links down below. Always, bro. Every episode you're in, bro, I always make sure when I'm writing the description, I always make sure to go right to your channel, copy and paste, bro.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it.
Of course,
I'm trying
bro.
to get the stream back going. I've been on a hiatus of streaming myself. I get like super random aside. I get like really insecure at the beginning of the season, so I don't stream. I get because I see like that plat border around my name, and I'm like, people are gonna think I'm like really bad, and then I'm like, I am really bad, but I want to pretend to be good. So then I'm like, quick, I have to make masters, and then I don't make masters quick, and then I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm not gonna stream. So I need to stop that and just like play games.
Nah, bro.
That's my big issue. Stream play.
Nah, bro. Just play game. I mean, if it's too stressful, then don't worry about it. Just when you get to masters, then stream if you want. Play some random games, stuff like that. You know. Hit masters and then stream. But if it's too stressful, like me personally, I don't care. People could come in my chat, say I'm garbage. I know I'm good.
I think I might have talked about this before. I don't know. I complain about it a lot. The seasonal, that not the last one that Mo won, but the one before where he 9-0'd his way to top cut.
My God, he's a beast.
I don't know if I told you about this.
What?
That night, he's riding high. 9-0, everyone's talking about him. I'm like streaming to like 6 people, just having a good time. Like, I don't play meme decks very often. I was playing some like meme Aphelios Sump Worker deck, and like I won, and I was like, oh yeah. Mo comes into my chat, and he's like, wow, this deck looks like garbage. No wonder why you're probably silver. And then he leaves. Stabbed in the heart. I was like, gosh, I was like master at that time. I was like, I don't know, 150 LP or whatever.
Damn,
I was
seasonal
like,
champs. Yo, seasonal champ coming in hot.
I was like, you can't just do that to me, man.
Oh man.
Anyway.
But I appreciate everybody for stopping by and watching to the end. I'll be back. I'll try to stream next Tuesday. Back on my schedule. Yo, but honestly, I'm happy that I waited to talk about Worlds and actually bring on my boy Doughy, talk about some stuff. But like I said, I appreciate everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.
See you.
Peace out.